Oh, I didn't do my incense. Good evening, everybody. Ah, that's beautiful. It's incense. It's Weihrauch, which is what they use in churches. And I've got a better thing to let this thing burn in today. As yesterday, I chose a very old incense stick burner, and it wasn't right. Good evening, everybody. How are you on this lovely Friday evening? I am going to do my usual and invite 2 groups on to join us this fine evening, and then we will get going with the reading and I have no idea what my ad. Oh, you can listen to the beautiful music of Kamyab Saderi while I quickly invite 2 more groups on. Et voila. There we go. So I've got the water. Oh, that beautiful incense is burning beautifully. Actually, what I'm going to do to begin with, I'm going to turn Kamyab down a little bit. And I'm going to read you, just because I had a beautiful afternoon with a very dear friend, and it made me think about friendship. And I thought, I wonder if there's a nice poem out there that's short and sweet that I could read, a famous English poem about friendship. And there is one. And it is by a very famous writer who some of you may or may not know, called A. Milne. And A. Milne wrote The House at Pooh Corner and Winnie the Pooh. So he wrote all the stories about Winnie the Pooh. And this is a poem about friendship featuring Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. And this is dedicated to the person who I was with this afternoon. It's called The Friend. There are lots and lots of people who are always asking things like dates and pounds and ounces and the names of funny kings. And the answer's always 6pence or 100 inches long. And I know they'll think me silly if I get the answer wrong. So Pooh and I go whispering, and Pooh looks very bright and says, well, I say 6pence, but I don't suppose I'm right. And then it doesn't matter what the answer ought to be, 'cause if he's right, I'm right, and if he's wrong, it isn't me. So there you go, guys. That was, thank you so much for the hearts and likes. That was my little bit of my little gift to my friend this afternoon, a little gift about friendship. You can never go wrong with a good friend, can you? There you go. Right, so now back to 1001 Nights. And we are on the 381st night. Tonight, my piano can't burn down. I think I've got everything sorted out. So I hope you enjoy the reading this night. I'm fine, thank you, Amia, very, very much. I've had a beautiful day and I'm absolutely fine. So thank you very much for asking. Now, when it was the 381st night, Scheherazade said, wait, I'm going to push you back just a little bit. I've got the camera right in my face and it's really putting me off. Hold on, guys. So let's start again. Scheherazade said, "It has reached me, O auspicious king, that Al-Wujud and rose in wood." Can I just say something at this point? I find the English translation of her name, which I think is Al-Wad, is just awful. And I'm sure Al-Wad must mean rose in wood, but it's a really ugly name in comparison to Al-Wad. So I'll start again, but it's been bothering me ever since I started this story. Scheherazade said, "It has reached me, O auspicious king, that Al-Wujud and rose, embraced when they foregathered, and ceased not from their embrace, till they fell down in a swoon for the delight of the reunion. And when they came to themselves, Al-Wujud recited these couplets. How joyously sweet are the nights that unite, when my dearling deigns keep me the troth she did plight, when union conjoins us in all that we have, and a parting is severed and sundered from sight. To us comes the world with her favour so fair, after frown and aversion and mighty despite, hath planted her banner good fortune for us, and we drink of her cup in the purest delight. We have met and complained of the pitiful past, and of nights a full many that doomed us to blight. But now, O my lady, the past is forgot, the compassionate pardon, the past for unright. How sweet is existence, how glad is to be. This union, my passion, doth only incite. When he ended his verses, they once more embraced, drowned in the sea of passion, and lay down together in a private apartment, carousing and conversing and quoting verses and telling pleasant tales and anecdotes. On this wise, 7 days passed over them, whilst they knew not night from day, and it was to them for very stress of gaiety and gladness, pleasure and possession, as if the 7 days were but one day, with ne'er a morrow. Nor did they know the 7th day, but by the coming of the singers and the players on instruments of music, whereat Rose beyond measure wondered and improvised these couplets. In spite of envious jealousy at end, we have won all we hoped of the friend. We've crowned our meeting with a close embrace, on quilts where new brocades with sendal blend, on bed of perfumed leather which the spoils of downy birds luxuriously distend. But I abstain me from unneeded wine, when honey dews of lips sweet must can lend. Now, when the sweets of union we unknew, time near and far, if slow or fast, it wend. The 7th night hath come and gone, oh strange! How went the nights we never recked or kenned? Till, on the 7th, wishing joy, they said, Allah, prolong the meet of friend with friend. When she had finished her song, Al-Wujud kissed her more than 100 times and recited these couplets. O day of joys to either lover fain, the loved one came and freed from lonely pain. She blessed me with all inner charms she hath, and accompanied with inner grace deep lain. She made me drain the wine of love till I was faint with joys her love had made me drain. We toyed and joyed and on each other lay, then fell to wine and soft melodious strain, and for excess of joyance never knew how went the day and how it came again. Fair full each lover may he union win, and gain of joy like me the amplest gain. Nor weet the taste of severance's bitter fruit, and joys as sane them as they us as sane. Then they went forth and distributed to the folk alms and presents of money and raiment and rare gifts and other tokens of generosity, after which Rose bade clear the bath for her, and turning to Al-Wujud said to him, O coolth of my eye, I have a mind to see thee in the hammam. Therein we will be alone together. He joyfully consented to this, and she let scent the hammam with all sorts of perfumed wood and essences, and the light, the wax candle. Then, of the excess of her contentment, she recited these couplets. Oh, who didst thou win, my love, in other date, and present ear must speak of past estate? And oh, who art my sole sufficiency, nor when I other friends with me to mate? Come to the hammam, O light of my eyes, and enter Eden through Genana gate. We'll scent with ambergris and aloes wood, till float the heavy clouds with fragrant freight. And to the world will pardon all her sins, and sue for mercy the compassionate. And I will cry when I descry thee there, good cheer, sweet love, all blessings on thee wait. Whereupon they rose and fared to the bath and took their pleasure therein, after which they returned to their palace and there abode in the fullness of enjoyment till there came to them the destroyer of delights and the sunderer of societies. And glory be to him who changeth not neither ceaseth, to whom everything returneth. And so they also tell a tale of Abu Nowas with the 3 boys and the Caliph Harum Al-Rashid. Abu Nowas one day shut himself up and, making ready a richly furnished feast, collected for it meats of all kinds and every colour that lips and tongues can desire. Then he went forth to seek a minion worthy of such entertainment, saying, Allah, my Lord and my Master, I beseech thee, send to me one who befitteth this banquet, and who is fit to carouse with me this day. Hardly had he made an end of speaking when he espied 3 youths, handsome and beardless, as they were of the boys of paradise, differing in complexion, but fellows in incomparable beauty, and all hearts yearned with desire to the swaying of their bending shapes, even to what saith the poet, I passed a beardless pair without compare, and cried, I love you, both you fairly fair. Moneyed, quoth one. Quoth I, and lavish too. Then said the fair pair, Père, c'est notre affaire. Now, Abu Nowas was given to these joys, and loved to sport and make merry with fair boys, and cull the rose from every brightly blooming cheek, even as saith the bard, full many a reverend shake feels sting of flesh, loves pretty faces, shows at pleasure's depot, awakes in Mosul land of purity, and all the day dreams only of Aleppo. So he accosted them with a salutation, and they returned his greeting with civility and all honour, and would have gone their several ways, but he stayed them, repeating these couplets. Steer ye your steps to none but me, who hath a mine of luxury, old wine that shines with brightest blee, made by the monk in the monastery, and mutton meat, the toothsomest, and birds of all variety. Then eat of these and drink of those, or wines that bring you jollity, and have each other turn by turn, shampooing this my tool, you see. Thereupon the youths were beguiled by his verses, and consented to his wishes. And Scheherazade perceived the dawn of day, and ceased saying her permitted say. Now, when it was the 382nd night, she said, It has reached me, O auspicious king, that when Abu Nowas beguiled the youths with his verse, they consented to his wishes, saying, We hear and we obey, and accompanied him to his lodging, where they found all ready that he had set forth in his couplets. They sat down and ate and drank and made merry a while, after which they appealed to Abu Nowas to decide which of them was handsomest of face and shapeliest of form. So he pointed to one of them, and having kissed him twice over, recited the following verses. I'll ransom that beauty spot with my soul. Where's it, and where is a money dole? Praise him who hairless hath made that cheek, and bid beauty bide in that mole, that mole. Then he pointed to another, and kissing his lips, repeated these couplets. And lovingly weareth on his cheek a mole, like musk, which virgin camphor ne'er lets off it. My peepers marvel such a contrast seeing, and cried the mole to me, Now bless the prophet. Then he pointed to the third, and after kissing him 60 times, repeated these couplets. Melted pure gold in silvern bowl to drain, the youth whose fingers wore a winy stain. He with the drawers served 1 cup of wine, and served his wondering eyes the other twine. a loveling of the sons of Turks a fawn, whose waist conjoins the double mounts nine. Could Eve's corrupting daughters tempt my heart, content with twofold lure 'twould bear the bane, and to Diyarbakir maidland, and this one lures, that lures, two mosqued cities of the plain. Now, each of the youths had drunk 2 cups, and when it came to the turn of Abu Nowas, he took the goblet and repeated these couplets. Drink not strong wine, save at the slender dearling's hand, each like to other in all gifts, the spirit grace. For wine can never gladden toper's heart and soul, unless the cupboy show a bright and sparkling face. And then he drank off his cup, and the bowl went round, and when it came to Abu Nowas, again joyance got the mastery of him, and he repeated these couplets. For cup friends, cup succeeding cup assign, brimming with grape juice brought in endless line, by hand of brown-lipped beauty who is sweet, at wake as apple or musk finest fine. Drink not the wine except from hand of fawn, whose cheek to kiss is sweeter than the wine. Presently, the drink got into his noddle. Drunkenness mastered him, and he knew not hand from head. So that he lolled from side to side in joy, and inclined to the youths one and all, anon kissing them, and anon embracing them leg over lying leg, and he showed no sense of sin or shame, but recited these couplets. None wotteth best joyance but generous youth, when the pretty ones deign with his company keep. This sings to him that when he wants a pick-me-up, lying there all of a heap, and when of a loveling he needeth a kiss, he takes from his lips, or a draught, or a neep. Heaven bless them, how sweetly my day with them sped. A wonderful harvest of pleasure I reap. Let us drink our good liquor, both watered and pure, and agree to swive all who dare slumber and sleep. While they were in this debauched state, behold, there came a knocking at the door. So they bade him knock to enter, and behold, it was the commander of the faithful, Harum Al-Rashid. When they saw him, they all rose and kissed the ground before him. And Abu Nowas threw off the fumes of the wine for awe of the Caliph, who said to him, Hola, Abu Nowas. He replied, Absum, at thy service, O commander of the faithful, whom Allah preserve. The Caliph asked, What state is this? And the poet answered, O Prince of true believers, my state indubitably dispenseth with questions. Quoth the Caliph, O Abu Nowas, I have sought direction of Allah Almighty and have appointed thee Qazi of pimps and pandas. Asked he, dost thou indeed invest with me that high office, O commander of the faithful? And the Caliph answered, I do. Whereupon Abu Nowas rejoined, O commander of the faithful, hast thou any suit to prefer to me? Hereat the Caliph was wroth, and presently turned away and left them full of rage and passed the night sore and angered against Abu Nowas, who amid the party he had invited spent the merriest of nights and the jolliest of joyousest. And when daybreak dawned and the star of morn appeared in sheen and shone, he broke up the sitting and, dismissing the youths, donned his court dress and, leaving his house, set out for the palace of the Caliph. Now, it was the custom of the commander of the faithful, whom the divan broke up, to withdraw to his sitting saloon and summon thither his poets and cup companions and musicians, each having his own place, where he might not overpass. So it happened that day he retired to a saloon, and the friends and the familiars came and seated themselves, each in his rank and degree. Presently in walked Abu Nowas, and was about to take his usual seat, when the Caliph cried to the Masrur, the sworder, and bade him strip the poet of his clothes and bind an ass's pack saddle on his back and a halter about his head and a crupper under his rump, and lead him around to all the lodgings of the slave girls. And Shahrazad perceived the dawn of day and ceased saying her permitted say. Oh dear. Oh dear. I wonder what's going to happen to Abu Nowas. Well, we're going to have to wait to find out, because of course we won't be back with another reading of 1001 Nights until next Tuesday. So, dear friends, as usual, I wish you many, many, many blessings. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Celebrate it beautifully if it is a weekend of celebration for you. I hope you have a very, very good time. I hope the sun shines wherever you are. And if not out in the sky, then at least let the sun shine in your heart. So, on this note, on a Friday evening, it's many blessings from me to you. Take care, look after yourselves, and Saman or I, not sure yet, will be back next Tuesday with another reading of 1001 Nights. And we are over a third of the way through the book now, by the way. We're on the 383rd night. So we are approaching the 400th night. Isn't that amazing? We only have, my math is really terrible, 120 pages to go-ish, and then we are halfway through the book already. Amazing. So, dear friends, take care. Many blessings. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.